Now the banking system in Nigeria is top notch. I don't know if I should say compared to that of Cameroon or maybe compared to that of other African countries. The banking system in Nigeria is something to write home about. I will not lie. Bro, almost everybody in Nigeria has a bank account. Almost everybody in Nigeria would have a bank card. Now, for someone like me, I have a bank account, and some people have a bank, but I know people who are of the same age with me, age group, friends, and all of that. They don't have a bank account, unfortunately. Now, it is not just about owning a bank account, but the fact that these banks in Nigeria have actually made mobile payments like really, really accessible. And the fact that there is this POS, point of sale, almost everywhere where you can withdraw and send money, receive money at any time. This is something that really makes the country stand out. Like, bro, I feel like Cameroon, where I'm coming from, we're still there for back. Like, we're still very, very far behind.
Hi, beautiful people. How are you guys doing? It's your girl, Qinspride. Hold on. Let me comb this hair small. Alright, you're welcome to my channel. This is Qinspride. This is a season of testimony. And I'm so happy that I am alive through this day to witness this. You see, when they tell you my country is doing bad, people are saying my country is doing amazing. Yes, don't get me wrong. We have our lapses. We have the bad things going on in the nation. We have our bad government. We also have the bad citizens. We have a lot of things, issues, backlash, dragging on social media. You know, a lot of things going on. We are dragging our politicians. They need to do a lot of things for us. They need to listen to us. Some are listening, but some are not listening. The youths are agitating. Yes, we have all those problems. However, there are people that visited our lands from their own nations, and they have this to say.
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze, in the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand as I ride the vibe. Soft rap flowing.
After having lived in Nigeria for 2 weeks, this is my humble review, and this is what I can tell you watching about Nigeria. I know that most people might not agree, but most of these things I am saying are actually things that I got to encounter and experience in Nigeria, not just about a single place in Nigeria. To let you know that going to Nigeria, I actually got to places like Ikom, which is a border town between Cameroon and Nigeria. I left Ikom, went to Calabar, from Calabar to Itu, as some people would say. In my mind, I knew that I went to Uyo, but some people said I went to Itu. And then I left Itu and went to Port Harcourt. From Port Harcourt, I went to Anambra, that is Onitsha. I left Onitsha and went to Lagos. From Lagos, I went to Ogun State. I went to so many places in Ogun State. And I equally left Ogun State, now came back to Abia State before coming back to Cameroon. But out of all of this is 8, but I've been to 7 states in Nigeria. Like, these are places I've actually been to, experience what the lifestyle there looks like, and I've also seen how the vibe in most of these places looks like. And so this is my humble review about Nigeria.
I've said it in this channel that Cameroonians tend to speak like Nigerians. We have the same intonation, especially the English part of Cameroon. So when you listen to him talk, do not get carried away. You are talking to a Cameroonian, not a Nigerian. Alright, and I love the fact that he had visited 7 states. It is not like some people that will come, they will just go to Lagos, the next thing they will tell you they've been to Nigeria. Some will come and they will stop at Badagry, the next thing they will tell you they've been to Nigeria. Some will come and they will visit just the local government in Lagos, and they will still tell you that they visited Nigeria. Nigeria is too big a nation. Try to explore the nation. It is going to be very difficult for you to do so because the nation is big. 7 places, not 7 states, 7 places he visited. And I feel that, yes, that is cool. It will broaden his horizon.
Now, the first thing, which is accommodation, as someone who travels on a budget and would want to save a lot of money, I preferred using hotels in Nigeria than using the Airbnb application, because with hotels, I feel like you just pay for maybe a night or two, which you'll be spending in any of these places. You pay and they are very, very affordable. Now, these hotels are very affordable because we live in Cameroon, and coming to Nigeria, the currency is a little bit higher than the Naira, and that's where we've got an advantage. But still, hotels in Nigeria are very affordable, I must say. With a 10,000 Naira, or even less, with a 10,000 Naira, you can actually get a good hotel in Nigeria.
Hotel is better, if you ask me. That's my own personal opinion. I prefer it to Airbnb because Airbnb tend to be very expensive and you provide for your own comfort, right? It's just that you have access to the living room, to the rooms, to the balconies and other things. You know, it is like a living home, like a home. Just that you're going to be there temporarily. Also, the pricing. For what he mentioned, it is dependent on where you're visited, right? How booming that city is and the locality of the area. There are places you will go to, you will get something much more expensive. So it depends on your budget, it depends on where you want to go to, it depends on also where you want to lodge, right? And your budget.
Then the next thing I want to talk about is the data rates in Nigeria, brother. Whew. This is cheap. Man, data rates in Nigeria, before going, I used to think that it was cheap, but when I got there, I actually got to realize how cheap data rates in Nigeria are. Like, I remember I took a screenshot, which I would like to share with you all here, so that you can see. I'll share you the screenshot then before maybe I get to actually put it on the screen, but I really want to share this with you so that you can see how cheap the data rates in Nigeria are. Like, unbelievable to me, yeah? To me. Look at this, 18 gigabytes for 5,000 Naira. Like, I hope that this is clear, yeah? I don't know if this is really clear like that, but I guess you can see that. Like, 18 gigabytes for 5,000 Naira. 5,000 Naira in Cameroon. You don't want to hear how much 5,000 Naira in Cameroon is, brother. In Cameroon, I always upload my videos mostly by midnight, except that this video is not too much. If it's a 3 gigabytes video, I could upload within the day, and that's how I get to upload my videos like that. But in Nigeria, anytime I could upload, because with my 3,000 Naira, 4,000 Naira, you get very good bundles with data.
Data is something I really enjoy about Nigeria. You may not notice it until you travel. The data rate in Nigeria is very affordable. I feel it is because of competition. Here you have the Airtel, you have the Globacom, you have the MTN, you have the Line Mobile. There's been this competition amongst them. And so, nobody wants to carry last. There is always an upping of their games. They are always bringing in their A game. Either this data rate, water data, sweet data. You now have the opportunity to make your selection. For me, I would say this is not a paid promotion, but you see, Airtel is doing well, Glo is doing well, Line Mobile is doing well. MTN is fast. However, MTN will drink your data. Glo will give you 10,000 Naira for 38 gig if you are subscribing to Glo Mega Plan. It all depends on the plan you are using.
The next thing I want to talk about is how vast Nigeria is, brother. Traveling to Nigeria, you might not believe or understand how vast this country is. Now, I only went to 7 states out of 36. 36 big states. And living from one state to the other, I really saw the distance, even though at times it would be like, this place is not far, where you're going to is not far, but I'll end up realizing that where I'm actually going to is really, really far. At every control post, like crossing every control post, I realized that the police will just get to do their job. Like most of the time, the control posts don't even ask for anything. The drivers will just get to maybe give a 500 Naira, 200 Naira. It's in Nigeria that I got to realize that you give an officer 200 Naira while you're applying the road as a driver. 200 Naira. Oh, I feel like maybe this 200 naira notes wasn't or isn't a problem because they're actually like banknotes, not coins. But in Cameroon, you cannot do that now. Even you give, I think there are some people who would not take 500. Unfortunately, these things happen. It's true that I might not have evidence of any of these things, but I'm talking about what I saw. I could not film everything, unfortunately, but this is what I actually saw and experienced. At control posts, the police will do their work, custom will do their work, immigration will do their work. It's true that this might not happen everywhere, but with my experience, this is what I actually saw, and I was also impressed with this. But when I got back to Cameroon, I began to say, oh, I saw some videos of a video of someone who was like, police are not doing just their work, they are doing this and that. But with my experience, I didn't really see that. What I saw was that every person gets to do their work and leaves whatsoever the other person is to do for them. This was really something that I uploaded, and I'm like, kudos, man. Po. That was a good one.
Well, I would say police is your friend. Right, that is the slang we use here in Nigeria. They don't really have a choice. When it comes to the amount they are supposed to collect, they are being paid. They don't owe police officers in Nigeria. Alright, it is just that there has been that corruption that is now embedded into them, that despite their salaries, they still want to collect that 100 naira to 200 naira from drivers. Yes, they have to, it's what you have that you give them, and they don't have a choice but to collect, except you enter into their problems. Except you are having issues, maybe your papers or your documents are incomplete, or you've entered into one issue or another, you don't have a choice but to sort your way through. So whatever they demand from you, you have to pay. Apart from that, now you go decide what you want to give them. Here in Nigeria, we are complaining. My Niger people, show now they watch and so. Well, yes, I believe you. The way things are going on in Africa, if you travel and you come back to Nigeria, you will know the police is working. I'm telling you. Especially on the highway. If your documents are there, if you have your proper documents, your license and other things, you don't have any reason to pay them any money. They'll just waive you. Most times, they're just doing stop and search. Sometimes they work with information. I'm going to tell you, whether you want to believe it or not, the Nigerian police is working. Though we have corrupt people amongst them. And I believe in time to come, they will be eradicated. And that is why it is our duty. It is the duty of you. It is my duty. The duty of we the citizens to help the government to eradicate every corrupt police officer. There are police officers that are not corrupt. There are police officers that when you meet them, they will ask you certain questions, answer them, and you are. Sometimes you even want to give them money and they will tell you to please come out of your car. They will start questioning you, like, are you okay? Why are you offering me money? Yes, we still have such police officers. They still exist. Not everybody is corrupt, my dear brothers and sisters. Not everybody is corrupt. Let's believe in them. I've witnessed police officers that are nice. And I've witnessed the Pekpeye ones, the Fulifu ones. So yes.
Now the banking system in Nigeria is top notch. I don't know if I should say compared to that of Cameroon or maybe compared to that of other African countries. The banking system in Nigeria is something to write home about. I will not lie. Bro, almost everybody in Nigeria has a bank account. Almost everybody in Nigeria would have a bank card. Now for someone like me, I have a bank account and some people have a bank, but I know people who are of the same age with me, age group, friends and all of that. They don't have a bank account, unfortunately. Now it is not just about owning a bank account, but the fact that these banks in Nigeria have actually made mobile payments like really accessible. And the fact that there is this POS, point of sale, almost everywhere where you can withdraw and send money, receive money at any time. This is something that really makes the country stand out like, bro, I feel like Cameroon, where I'm coming from, we're still there for back, like we're still very far behind. Now in Cameroon, what we have more is mobile money, orange money, and that's it. Most of these banks, people are not really prioritizing the banks like that. Maybe because they have not given us better services or they are not giving us much more better services like the way they do in Nigeria.
Yes, brother, Nigeria is turning into a digitalized nation and a cashless society. So yes, everybody do have a bank account, and they also make use of the point of sale. All right, that's the POS. So that is not new. A lot of people that are coming into Nigeria are getting to know that. But bro, please do not speak ill of your nation. I won't subscribe to that, okay? Your nation is not backward. It all depends on the pace they are moving. Each nation is different.
Roads within the cities in Nigeria, like the roads within the cities, bro. Hi. Oh my God. I love the fact that even in states where you were thinking that, this one will just do anyhow, it is not the case. The intercity roads are being kept, like, taken good care of. The governors are not joking, or maybe the governors are not joking with that. First, I love the fact that Nigeria is a federal state where every state out of the 36 get to elect their governor. And as a governor, you have to work. If you don't work, these people will try, they will kill your ass. But they might not really be perfect in other aspects, but you see the roads, they really make sure that their roads are top-notch and very good. I can testify, and I've seen this, and even in all of my videos you've been watching in Nigeria, or from Nigeria, about Nigeria, you can testify that I could not stop talking about the road network in Nigeria, because this is something that I really admired, and I was like, wow. So this is Nigeria. This is not the Nigeria the media has always portrayed to us. This is not the Nigeria that people always go and come back and tell us exists. This is a different side of Nigeria you didn't know existed. And this is the Nigeria you definitely want to see and want to visit here.
Shall they hear dear brothers and sisters from Nigeria, come closer. Did you hear what he said? I do tell us. Our nation is gradually working, but we may not know because we have lots of expectations from our people. Yes, because we have the resources. So it is not a bad thing to expect more. We are not supposed to be competing with the rest of Africans. We're supposed to be competing with the world. We have a long way to go. We really need to work as a nation. However, you cannot compare Nigeria to other African nations. I want you to take this home with you. Nigeria is the giant of Africa, and the giant of Africa for a reason. I talked about the road network in Nigeria because in some videos of some Efulefu Nigerians, you will see them bashing Nigeria, talking bad on our nation, talking bad on our roads, and you will see people from some neighboring countries whose roads are just filled with ports, with holes, having the temerity, the audacity to speak ill of my nation. In fact, one even made a video. Oh, the way foreigners praise Ghana, the way foreigners praise their nation when they come to their nation. How is this their nation like? And I was like, don't you have Google? Don't you have your phone with you? Don't you have Google with you? Why don't you Google to find out the truth? Are you in such a dark place that you don't want to find out the truth? Are you that poor that you cannot enter a plane and fly to Nigeria? Or you can board your way via buses and enter Nigeria? Our road network is massive and incomparable to your town or your small city. I want you to hear this, know this, and know peace. I do not know why some people are very wicked. You see, some Nigerians in these neighboring nations are actually brainwashing you. And it's high time you sat down to understand the truth. Thank you, brother. I love this. I feel elated watching my brothers and sisters from other neighboring nations speaking the truth about Nigeria.
Drinking bottled water in Nigeria is not luxury. It is a necessity. In Cameroon, we mostly see people who drink, plenty people see others who drink bottled water as luxury. Moby Guinness in Cameroon, yeah. Moby Guinness, go and carry water because it's very clean there. But you see in Nigeria, Bottled water is common now. Very common, bro. Bottled water, sachet water, but I feel like bottled water is really something that almost everybody goes with that. And I realized something, that they don't sell food in Nigeria without water. Hey, Baba. They don't sell food without giving you water. They will not save you food and not give you water. Cameroon, can we learn from this, please? Can we learn from this? Like, how much is water? Goodness. I feel like there's so many things that we're lacking behind, that if we get to travel, you will see most of these things. I was really impressed. Not shocked, but I was impressed.
Hello, brother. I think it depends on where you went to eat. Yes, bottled water is common in Nigeria. Very common. It is not luxury, because it is pretty affordable. However, not everybody do take bottled water. In as much as it is not luxury, but some people will prefer to take sachet water and eat. So yes, they will serve you water, but it is not necessarily bottled water. So what I'm saying is, it depends on the location. It depends on where you went to eat. And again, they may serve you sachet water and you will tell them, please, I need bottled water. However, in some localities, they don't have sachet water. What they sell is bottled water. So you make do with what they give to you. However, yes, in most cases, if you go to eat, they will serve you with water.
In Nigeria, the currency is relatively low, and you realize that this has really caused a hike in a lot of prices of basic goods and commodities, and this is really, really unfortunate. This is really putting the country going through hard times. You might be, there are certain things that I went to Nigeria there are certain things that I looked at while in Nigeria to be very cheap, but most people will be like, no, this is expensive instead. That's because maybe I just got into the country and I'm looking at these things like, this is cheap compared to Cameroon, where I'm coming from, but this is not the case with Nigerians who actually live in Nigeria, because they will still be like, yeah, even though it's low, if you don't get to leave Nigeria, you will not understand the advantages you are enjoying as a Nigerian. If you're in Nigeria, you can earn your small money, stick to that, enjoy it. But if you have to leave Nigeria, you really have difficulties.
And yes, the purchasing power of Nigeria is very high, irrespective of how low the currency might be. Okay, I'm talking about naira to dollar value. However, what we buy in Nigeria is very affordable. So a lot of people do come to Nigeria and they do talk about it. And it is not because your currency is better, but it is still because of the purchasing power. There are people, example like Safer and the rest of them, the value didn't really change, but the cost of things changed. In Nigeria, the economy of the nation easily gets affected, okay, by the change in the currency. All right, so yes, the purchasing power here is very high, so you can easily buy things. However, we don't notice that things are very affordable in Nigeria because we are Nigerians who stay in Nigeria, and that is why people don't know how beautiful our nation is until they step out of this nation and they fly to other neighboring nations or even to the Western world. You may not know, but I love the fact that people are telling us, for those that want to be deceived.
In most Nigerian cities, you have the bus, like these buses that are either painted in blue and white, yellow, white, or like most of these colors. Some could be red and all that. Within the city, like within the city center, you will not find keke. You find these buses, or maybe you can book a cab. Fortunately, you can book a cab. There are several cab services in Nigeria that you get to see while you get there, and the cabs are really expensive compared to what the buses or the bus services get to offer. With the bus, you can just take a very short distance and you're paying your 100 naira, 200 naira. Coming to Nigeria, I'll prefer you go with your buses if you're working on a budget. But if you really want to flex, yes, go with the cabs. You also have keke. You have keke that goes around almost, that one you find in almost every city in Nigeria. Keke, you find keke in almost every city in Nigeria. Now, in a place like Lagos, which was something I was like, wow, I was marveled. Lagos has got, like, there's the RBT buses. I don't know if it's BTR, is it RBT or BTR buses? These buses you will not see traffic with them. Their prices are really, really good. These buses, the services, top notch. I will not tell you a lie. You don't pay with cash, you pay with, there's a card, there's a cowrie card where you get to pay with. And there's equally the train service. There's the blue line, there's the red line. Two of them already. Well, I tried the red line and it was superb. I loved the experience. I really enjoyed living in Lagos, Nigeria. The means of transportation within the city is what you will not even just expect that, but it's what it is. Really, really good, I must tell.
Yes, I would need to really take my time to tell you about the transportation system in Nigeria. That will be a topic that we'll discuss separate. Because when people bring in Danfo and use Danfo as Nigeria, I tend to get irritated because it shows how myopic you are. And again, some of these young girls that left their villages and went to neighboring nations, they don't even know their intra-city vehicles. Alright, the transportation system in their cities, they don't even know much about them because they're coming from the rural places and they move straight to Lagos and from the park straight to the neighboring nations. And when they go there and they see some mixed color vehicles, they feel that, oh, in Lagos you have yellow buses, these nations, their buses are beautiful and this and that. Listen, you know nothing. We have 36 states in this nation, and each state do have different unique colors. I want you to watch your screen. You'll see that this is for Akwa Ibom, alright? That is for Yo. This is for Abia State. This is for Anambra State. You see for Ogun State. You see for Lagos State. You see for Kwara State. You see from different states, Abuja. So many states in the north. So many states in southwest, south. So many states. So many colors, even in the southeast. Nigeria is too big, and the buses are beautiful. Now let's come to Lagos. The Danfo drivers. I am a Danfo driver. Hey, Shemi, you be Danfo driver. Yes, we have Danfos in Lagos, but they are phasing out, right? With the new blue buses. They are still there. The Danfo buses are still there, but they do not ply all routes. If you go on the island, from VI through Lekki and the rest, you will not be seeing that kind of buses. You see those buses mainly on the mainland, right? They exist, they are still there, but we have different buses in Lagos. Now you have the BRT, the big buses, very beautiful with your Wi-Fi there, you know, your seats, you relax with your AC, and you pay with your cowrie. Hold on, let me get my cowrie card for you. So this is my own cowrie card, alright? So yes, we use cowrie, you know, it's automated, and that is it.
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze in the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand as I ride the vibe. Soft rap flowing, let the rhythm collide. I'm the king of this groove with the catchy hook. Got the ladies moving and the fellas shook. Just down the boulevard with the top down low. Music blasting loud, feeling the flow. Neon lights flicker in the night's embrace. Lost in the moment, in this rhythmic chase. Catching glances from strangers.